This show is all about sharing the stories and profiles of the people making it happen in our business community. You are back with Get Down to Business. I'm your host, Shalom Klein. These are people that are taking innovative entrepreneurship stories and they're turning it into a success. I'm thrilled to be joined here in studio with my friend and one of those people that meet that profile, Todd Heyden. Todd, thanks for joining us.
Shalom, an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Tell us a little bit about your business.
Our business is a sports-related tech company. We launched a product called Lock. It's a mobile app in the iOS store. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to disrupt the fantasy sports space. Obviously a huge market, and maybe we'll get a little bit of time to talk about it specifically. But what we're doing is we're taking this unique approach. We want to build unique mobile-first products that really focus on social and short-duration gameplay. In the space so far, that's never really happened before. So we're really trying to change the future landscape of this industry, and we really believe that we have the solutions to solve the problems that this amazing, exciting industry has faced, really over the last 5-6 years.
And I'm sure you've got a lot of addicts, people that live fantasy sports. So how did this start?
It started because we were addicts. My co-founder, Ross, Carroll, and I, we're both 30. We're both Chicagoans. And, I think when I speak about being an entrepreneur, it started for us because we wanted to solve a problem. We were consumers in the space. Like I said, we were addicts in the space, and we felt this pain point. And we were tired of waiting for other people to solve the problems that we saw facing the industry. And we said, you know what? We were at that point in our careers. Both Ross and I had been successful in our past endeavors. And we said, it's just time to do this. It was time for us to go solve these problems. And like I said, stop waiting for somebody else to come out with the solutions. We knew we had them. And 2 years in the making now, we're in a really good place.
And this is a Chicago-based startup?
Yes, sir. Chicago-based startup. We both live in the city of Chicago. We're both from the northern suburbs, so we really love wearing that Chicago flag and being part of this growing entrepreneurship movement that's taking place in Chicago.
And there's a lot of it. There's a lot of resources for entrepreneurship. 1871. Everybody knows about 1871, but it's awesome that you're here, both you and your partner. That's awesome. So, how many people do you hope to get on the app?
How many people do we hope to get on the app? We hope that this app will be in hundreds of thousands of people's hands, and then obviously millions of people's hands. We started this thing with a very small beta group. We first launched a website. We took the feedback. We ran that for 10 months. We then transitioned it into an app. And over the first 4 months, no marketing whatsoever, really. We had just viral growth and word of mouth, and we were very successful. And what we're doing now is taking this and saying it's time to scale this. It's time to really grow this business, and our intentions are to re-release the next product for the start of the football season. The football season, like most of us know, and I'm sure some of your listeners feel like I feel, the summer's a great time, and it's golf and it's baseball. And as sports fans, we really get excited for that August, September feeling. And so we will launch in conjunction with that.
Awesome. So what advice, as an entrepreneur yourself, what advice can you share to young professionals to help them turn their ideas into reality?
It's very difficult. When I speak on this, the first thing you, of course, have to have is the passion. But I think that even what I didn't really understand when Ross and I started this, it's a very difficult road to start your own business. It's very exciting, but it's very difficult. And I'm going to steal a quote that one of my good friends now, a newer friend of mine who runs a company called Square Planet, likes to say, and it's fortune favors the bold. And you really have to take that approach when you want to start a business. And you guys were talking about finding jobs, and I think that saying relates to that just as equally as importantly, which is fortune really does favor the bold. You got to take your foot off the bag, which is a saying my dad always likes to say, and be ready for what this is going to be about. But if you're passionate about it and you really believe in what you're doing, and you can be unique in certain ways or solve problems and do it better than somebody else has done it, then it's worth this battle. And it's been an incredible experience for us, and we have a long way to go. By no means am I sitting here, telling you that we're victorious yet, and we should be celebrating our victories. But so far, we're off to a really good start, and we're really excited for what lies ahead for us.
Passion absolutely is what makes a difference, and it's the same thing as it relates to jobs, as it relates to business.
That's right.
That is what makes success. So what exciting things, Todd, do you have in store? Tell us a little bit more about the app and and what sort of cool things that people can expect when they check it out.
Yeah, you know what, Shalom? I wish I could come here and reveal to you the blueprints of what's coming. We're kind of keeping this thing under wraps. We're doing a lot of stuff underground. It's going to be very exciting. Whether you like to play against your friends for fun, whether you want to put a little bit something on the line to make it more interesting, we are really building something for all sports fans. We do this under this exemption that was passed in 2006 in our country called the Unlawful Internet Gambling Enforcement Act. It allows fantasy sports to be a game of skill, not a game of chance. You therefore can have cash contests surrounding it. And that's really what sports fans want. We are in the business of giving sports fans what they want. And, we like to feel that we've got a very good pulse on this market. A lot of times our gut and what we wanted, like I said, as consumers has been accurate. But Ross and I are not naive to say that we shouldn't listen to the people. And that's something that when we built this business, we wanted to make sure we never let go of. Our dreams that we'll be a massive company one day, of course. I think that's what every entrepreneur should hope for. But we always want to make sure that we connect with the users, that we're listening to our users, that we're giving them a product they want. Things evolve so quickly, especially in the technology space. And if you're stuck in your ways and you're not afraid or you're too afraid to evolve and change, that is not how you're going to be successful being an entrepreneur, especially in my space.
So to all of our listeners that are into fantasy sports, tell your friends all over the country because you guys can play against each other. This is going to be fun. So, Todd, how can people find out more about Lock? How can people contact you?
Yeah, the best place is to go to our website. The website is sportslock.com. So just www.sportslock.com. And we say this to anybody who's ever interested. I'm at todd@sportslock.com. You want to talk sports? You got suggestions? You want to hear what we're working on? We're always available, and we love talking to people.
All right. Well, Todd is an example of that entrepreneurial success. We're going to be talking some more advice for small businesses and jobs right after the break. Thanks, Todd, for joining.
Thanks, Shalom.